Uh, Come on in, come on in, come on in. Y'all, I'm trying to I feel like I've been running ragged. I've lost everything. Come on in, y'all. Let's talk, let's chat, let's have some fun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can hardly even see. That's what we have glasses for that I do not have right now. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Did I leave my phone over there, Destiny? Huh? Probably trying to see where I was. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. My apologies. I was running a few minutes behind. I had everything coming right there when it was time to get on. So I wanted to just jump on right quick. It's time to have our conversation for today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm still trying to get everything set up. So y'all go ahead and tag somebody and let them know that we are on so that we can go ahead and get started. I feel like I'm discombobulated because I'm not upstairs in my room and stuff. And hold on, y'all. Come on in. Make sure you speak to me when you come in so that I can know that you are on here, please. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. So this is the Boss Lady Movement, and I am super excited. We are going to continue our conversation that we've been having this month, where we've been talking about embracing you, and we have been enjoying some topics of conversation as relates to fitness. We know that the Boss Lady Movement, let me introduce myself first. I am Elder Russ, the Boss Lady. Of course, Boss Lady is defined here as bringing other sisters into success. And I am so super excited. We have just been enjoying ourselves this month, just with the conversations and the discussions and stuff. And I hope that you were able to catch the quick little chat that I jumped in on this morning or this afternoon on my lunch. I just did a special invitation. I wanted to just welcome everybody and invite you in on this evening. So as you are coming in, go ahead and share or tag another boss lady and let them know that we are on live and we are ready to have our conversation for today. Our topic of discussion is finding your fit. Okay. Finding your fit. And this is so important as we are discussing the topic of embracing you, mind, body, which of course we as women, all of us think about the body portion. And so when it comes to us, and we've been zooming in body because I want to talk about mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially as it relates to our health and wholeness in all areas of our lives. And so this is a topic of discussion when it comes to fitness. And we're talking about the physical portion of our lives and how we have an opportunity to make sure that our temples are at their very best. We are here for only a matter of time, but while we're here, we need to make sure that we're doing our very best to keep what we have been blessed with at its very best, if that makes sense. But in doing so, one thing I know we talked about with one of our special guests before, we talked about how sometimes we can get caught up on looking at everyone else around us or paying attention to what's on social media or on the television. We look at one another and we compare our bodies and stuff. But this month, I wanted us to really understand the value of embracing you, embracing you for who you are, how you are made, and also all that you have to bring to the table. Regardless of what you look like, each and every one of us are beautiful in our own way. However, if we don't recognize the beauty that's within us, because true beauty flows from the inside out. But if we're not recognizing the beauty that we bring to the table, guess what? Why should we expect anyone else to? right? So, with that being said, let me know that you're here on tonight. It's kind of quiet out there. Pump some hearts or some thumbs up. Let me know that you are present. Please make sure you speak when you come in. You know, I love when you come in and you speak so I can know that you are here. This is an interactive conversation. Even if you want to come on while I'm on the live and you want to, I can try to figure out how to pull you into the conversation, or I may not because I'm doing this from StreamYard instead of the actual Facebook platform. But you have an opportunity to put your comments and your thoughts that you're bringing to the table. You have an opportunity to put them in the chat so that others will be able to enjoy them. Hello, Kiana. I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. This is your first time here. I want to thank you for jumping on this evening. My name is Elder Russ, the boss lady, and I welcome you along with everyone else, of course, as you're coming in and stuff. I just want to tell you thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your busy evening, because I don't take it lightly or for granted. I thank you for jumping in and having this conversation with us. So tonight we are talking about finding your fit. Good evening. Hey mama, come on in. But finding your fit. So with that being said, one of the things I want to make sure that we are very, very in tune with when it comes to what our fit looks like. What does our fit look like? I'm asking that question. I want you guys to put your answer. If I was to ask you, or if someone was to ask you, what would your fit? What would your fitness? How would you see yourself, or how do you see yourself as being fit? What is your definition of being fit? I'm asking these questions because if we don't know what it means to us or how we should define it in order for us to be fulfilled, guess what? We will define fitness as relates to everyone else's definition. But the truth of the matter is how someone else defines it. Guess what? Fit as in fitness. Yes, ma'am. What does fit look like to you? And we're talking about body today. What is your fit? What does your fit look like? And as you said, as in fitness, if you were to say, I'm at my best right now, if you say, I feel like I'm pretty fit. I'm in good shape. I feel good. How would that look to you? We often worry about what it looks like on the outside, but what about if it's coming from the inside out? How do you feel? How is your digestive system? Thick and curvy? I love that. Kiana, let me just say this. I love that you said that, because one thing that I thought about earlier today when I was Mama said hers is not feeling sluggish. That's really good. I like that too. But Kiana, I like yours too, thick and curvy, because earlier I was like, I don't want to lose a whole. I'm not worried about losing all this weight. I don't want to look like a string bean or a rail like I used to be when I was in high school and stuff. I want to still have some sort of curve, and if it's to be thick or whatever, have something. I don't want my head to look bigger than my body, if that makes sense. And oftentimes, just depending on what it looks like to you, if you are comparing yourself to someone else and you feel like this person looks fit to me, they look absolutely amazing. And so this is what I have to look like in order for me to look like I'm fit, and for me to look like I'm healthy, for me to look good. Then I'm going to base my journey. Hey, I get it. I love that, Kiana. I'm not either. Come on, somebody, because I like to eat. I love your honesty. I'm loving it. But if I'm basing myself or my definition of fitness or how I should look based upon someone else and how they look, guess what? I'm already setting an expectation upon myself that I may not, listen to this, that I may not be able to accomplish. And therefore, anytime you feel like you're not able to accomplish something, you become more down and more critical of your journey, of yourself, because you feel like you've set high expectations, but you have to be understanding and know what your body type is meant to do. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this. And I'm gonna give you a. I always had a story to tell y'all. I want to be able to play with my grandbabies and not. Yet, Kiana, that's that's so true. Not be tired. Mama said not be sluggish, having energy. I want to not only look good, but I want to feel good. I want to be able to eat something and not feel like I'm about out of breath or I'm completely lethargic after I eat it, right? But I want to tell you something. So as you know, we've been having some different special guests on the platform. And so we have, of course, Coach Bird that's been on. And next week, I'm super excited because Coach Phyllis is going to be on here. And one of the things that I love about these two ladies, yes, be active without being broke down, right? That's not necessary for you. Yes. I want to tell you what I love about these two ladies. Two women of God, number one. You know, I love that. I always have to put that little plug in there. They both have their own fitness programs. They're both very, very educated in this particular area. Come on through then, sis. All right then. Um, they both have their style and their technique. But guess what? One style is one way, and then the other style is the other way. So, you know, with Dope Fitness, Kiana, that Coach Bird is really kind of hardcore, and but that's not the only thing when it comes to her workout and stuff. She's going through the workout with you and stuff, but even with that, she's got the meal plan. She's also have the sisterhood where you have yeah, honey, when you say don't finish, you going hard. Like this, you know how when you have levels, I always look at it as basic, intermediate, and advanced, right? But dope fitness, you're gonna go to work for what it is that you're gonna do. Now, mind you, Coach Phyllis has a plan, and her program is just as effective, but guess what? That may be for another person who wants someone that they can work out with, still get it in, but there's different techniques that they use. Yes, accountability and the coaching. This is what I've learned about both of them, but their style, what makes their programs unique is their personality and their little, handprint that's on it. So Coach Phyllis does virtual workouts, and she does them, I think, on Saturday mornings around 9. And she does some different things. I remember when I first started this journey, and she started to give me some techniques and stuff. And she would record them so that I would have the exercise, and then I could do them, fit them up in my schedule the way that I needed to. But one thing she used to tell me that I really, really love, she said, you have to know what you can tolerate and what you can do. If it's too extreme, don't do it. And guess what? I love that about her because if we don't know what we can handle as an individual, if we have not found our fit, what works for us, then guess what? We're going to keep trying to push ourselves so that we can keep up with everybody else when the truth of the matter is we could be doing more harm than good. So, last week when I was interviewing Coach Bird, I talked about for me as a thyroid cancer survivor, I don't have a thyroid. And so last year, towards the end of the year, my body was in like, I forget what the doctor called it or whatever, but it was jacked up. My joints were completely hurting. The medicine that I have to take because I do not have a thyroid. All these things that they had given me to try to keep me. And if you don't know much about your thyroid, then you don't realize that your thyroid, it literally operates a whole lot of things when it comes to your body. If you don't have a thyroid, then you don't really. I challenge you. This year we're going to talk about thyroid cancer and how the thyroid, how that muscle actually operates and works when it comes to our bodies as women. But my thyroid was in complete shutdown and going crazy and stuff. Like my body was responding in such a negative way. But I was in it really does. It regulates more than we ever, and we never hear about thyroid cancer. Look, thyroid cancer survivors, and I could go this is a whole nother conversation. We're surviving every day, like daily. It's a daily challenge, literally. Our bodies literally, it becomes a thing where I've learned that our bodies literally are not our own, because it can really, if something is off, them levels is too high, too low, or whatever else, hypo and hyper and all that. Look, it can throw you completely off. I'm here to tell you, I'm living it every day, but I'm grateful to God, because let me tell you this. So last year when I started with Coach Bird, knowing that she is an RN, I was telling her about the different things that was going on with my body, but I was still trying to keep up with the class and stuff. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to give up, because obviously I just need to push myself. I can do this. I can keep up with them. I can make sure that I'm on the, and I can push. I don't have to be a modifier. I can do what everybody else is doing and this and the other, until I hurt myself. And how did I hurt myself? Because I was trying to do something outside of my lane. I had not stepped back to examine my own well being, my own body, to understand how this thyroid condition affected my body daily. And guess what? I started to feel like I was in a body that was literally fighting against me rather than fighting for me. I'm trying to move about and do day-to-day things, and I'm telling you, my feet would hit the floor and I would just be in so much pain. I did not understand at all like what was going on with my body. I had never, I said, okay, it must be because I'm working out and stuff or whatever. So I'm still going and this, that, and the other. I'm determined to show that I can do this. But then I started to do some research. I started to do some research, because the thing about it is if you're not clear about what is taking place in your body, or what you are dealing with when it comes to certain things, then you really don't know like how your body, if your body is working with you or if it's working against you, trying to tell you that you need to pull back because you're in a danger zone. I was in a danger zone. When I was going through all of this, my doctor was literally like, we got to get you to Nashville like ASAP, because I forget what she called it. I forget the name that she called it, but I'm like, what? My body is this. Like when I say my joints were messed up, my mindset, like my mind was so foggy, I could not focus for anything. When I say just my appetite and stuff, I was gaining so much weight. Like I had been gaining weight, but instead of me losing weight, even with me doing all the working out, and I wasn't eating a whole lot or anything, but even with me doing all the things that were suggested, I was still just gaining weight and stuff and didn't know what in the world was doing. So let me tell you what I did. I shut it down. Number one, I'm gonna be honest. I said, Lord, it's between me and you. I'm not taking another pill. I'm not doing anything, because I literally told her I feel better when I don't take the thyroid medicine. That's a problem. I do not have a thyroid at all. So I cannot live without that thyroid, the hormones that come through having the thyroid. I have nothing. But I'm feeling a lot better not taking the medicine. My body is in shutdown mode. My joints and stuff, everything was aching and hurting so bad. I'm like, something is wrong with me. I'm not doing nothing else until we find out what's going on with my body. And in the process of me still trying to fight to prove that I can keep up and I can do this, I'm not paying attention to what my body is trying to tell me. So then I go a little bit further and I do something with my knee. It was something with my meniscus. And I'm still trying to be cute to wear my heels. And I'm still trying, look, it was one thing after another. And then I had to sit back and say, okay, Lord, I'm not taking another pill. I'm not fixing to do nothing else. I could barely move. I could barely maintain myself through the day. It was absolute. Yes, honey. I don't be wanting to give up my heels, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I have learned to love these flats. But then the look, come on. I said, well, I guess I'll be finding some cute flat shoes these days because I need to be able to walk without being in. Kiana, don't talk about me because I like my heels and stuff or whatever. But you have to realize that over a period of time, you got to be open to adjusting as necessary in order for you to not do more harm than good. And so I had to put all of myself to the side and say, Lord, I need you to speak to my heart and lead me in the direction I need to be going. So when I went to the doctor's office, she said, you know what? We're scrapping everything. We're going to start from total scratch. We're going to act as if you're coming in here completely new. She said, you already stopped taking everything or your medications or whatever anyway, so it don't make a difference. We're going to start with the one that's absolutely necessary. And then I began to take things, okay, when Coach Bird, she's so sweet. When I could no longer, when I messed up my knee, she started doing the chair exercises. And I was like, that's absolutely awesome. I can still exercise and I can do it to make sure that I'm not doing more harm than good to my body, even while I'm healing and getting back into the place that I need to be in. We don't realize how much how our thyroid levels, if they're out of whack, how the depression, the anxiety, the stress, all these things come from y'all. You got to do the research. You got to make sure that you are literally finding your fit. So I began to take the things that were good, that were beneficial, because everything is good from both. I began to take the things that were beneficial from Coach Bird program, and I start to implement these things in my life. I start to look at Coach Phyllis program, and one thing, and you'll hear, look, that's a whole nother conversation next week. Confessions, the meals that she was like, you can still be fit and eat food. And she started to show like little videos of the things that she was cooking and how you can cook it to make sure that it's beneficial for you. Paying attention to how much you're eating and stuff or whatever. And even what even blessed me more is she would show little things here and there where she was having like the little sweets. Like she was like, you can still eat. It's just a matter of what you're eating, how much you're eating, when you're eating. Look, I started to take things from this program. I started to take things from that program because I knew what would work for me instead of me trying to break myself down. And guess what? I started to see such a transformation taking place. At first, I couldn't even really see it because I was so busy trying to keep up on both ends. Like, okay, I got to be able to meet the bar on both ends. No, this is why you have options. And what you know works for you, guess what? The next person may know that this works for them. They may be good with the more extreme or advanced level when it comes to the workout because that's what they're built for. Honey, I'm a straight beginner. I need to make sure that it's within my little lane where I'm not, even with my y'all. This is what tickles me. Even with my kids, if y'all know me, my daughter just had a baby in December, and we would be in here working out, and we started to pull up some things online, and we would look around, look at different videos until we found the ones that would actually work for us. And then when you find it, and you are being fulfilled through the process of you doing it, that's the beauty of it. So when I would work out with Coach Bird and our sisterhood, our crew, or whatever, um, it's fulfilling to me and not taken away from the fun and stuff because now I know how much I can do, what I can do, where I need to adjust. When I'm over here on this end with Coach Phyllis, not only am I able to work out, but she's showing me different moves, different exercises and stuff or whatever that I can implement, and even telling me, okay, you need to do however many rounds of this, and just walking through and allowing you to do it at your own pace. And even now too, I might not be able to keep up when it comes to the 5:30 in the morning, but guess what? On Saturday mornings, I know once I get finished with class and stuff, I can get on there and be able to get with Coach Phyllis and go through it. I love being able to work out with others. Like I'm more productive when I have somebody doing it with me. So I say all of that to say this: whether they make the adjustments for you to be able to still sit down and work out, even if you're injured, or if you can go at a basic level, at an intermediate or advanced level, you have to figure out which one works for you. What is your fit? Find your fit, your eating plan. That's a whole nother thing. I love the way that Coach Bird and in the chats and stuff, they'll share different little, snacks and stuff, what to eat. She gives you the meal plan, what to eat, when to eat. Both of them always talking about the water. The water is not going to go. See, you at the gym now. I love that. I was talking to my mom earlier because I love to be able to be with somebody, but I also like to be in the comforts of my own home. So for me, unless I'm with somebody and the way my schedule is between my, between work, ministry, my children, or whatever else, you have to find out what works for you. And I love that you said that, Kiana, because some people do feel good going to the gym. But guess what? I love that they give the options where you can work out from home as well now too. It does my heart so good to be able to turn on and be live with the rest of the ladies. And guess what? When I look at the ladies, it's not just a whole array of what we consider to be um, skinnier women. It's everybody. Like I was like, I see somebody that looks like me. Oh, that's not just me. And even with Coach Phyllis, like y'all, just to have that support and that encouragement from both of these different programs is absolutely amazing. And the contacts and the connections that you make, and you can encourage one another, praying for one another, being able to, yes, Kiana, yes, Kiana, I love the fact that we have options, right? You know how to figure out what your fit is. Guess what? Some of us, depending on our days, these are important things. Oh, Kiana, you are a boss lady. You are a boss lady. 302.7 pounds. My lowest weight was 254. I'm currently 268. I congratulate you because I know, look, what you see right here, look, I get it. I understand. And I congratulate y'all. Please help me pump some hearts or some likes and let's congratulate her on her accomplishments because I'm telling you, it is not easy at all. This is from dedication, commitment. Remember, Coach Bird talked about faith and faithfulness last night. Being dedicated and committed to the discipline, Kiana, absolutely awesome. And this is what we are here sharing these things. I love how even in the comments you're sharing like you were doing it from your house, but then you noticed that you needed to go a little bit further. And so now you're going to the gym. For those who have a busy schedule and you can fit these things in where you probably can't go to the gym during the daytime or in the evening, but you have the opportunity to do it on the big screen, guess what? And you're comfortable that way because not everybody is comfortable going out and being at having to work out in front of everybody. Guess what? You're still rocking it out. This is what I mean by finding your fit. And so, what I love about I'm a foodie, like Coach Phyllis would say. I love to eat. In other words, I love to eat. And I love how she started to show these, look, she started to cook these recipes. And I'm going to tell you, she started to tell me about, don't go by this, don't go by that. You can make your own. And she would give me the healthy way, whether it's the smoothies, whether it was the drinks to help with inflammation. One thing that I love that she talks about is us making adjustments and shifting our perspective so that we can prevent the stuff that we don't want to see. Like we can We can start taking preventative measures now in order for us to live that long, healthy life that we desire to live, right? Don't compare yourself to the next person. So tonight, I want to challenge us, all of us. I want to challenge us to take a moment this evening at some point to sit down as we start to process after we get off of here, or even before we get off or whatnot. Start to process. Okay, what is going to help me? What do I need in order for me to be fit, to be at my best? Guess what I got for Christmas too? I got me a Fitbit. My parents gave me a Fitbit, and guess what? I get so tickled every time that thing goes off and tells me, "Oh, you need to move," or I'm supposed to be logging my water in, or I can track what I'm eating, or when I'm moving a whole lot, guess what? It starts to say, "Congratulations, you're on the right track." Look, it tickles me to death because I be sitting there sometimes at work because I'm working and I'm sitting down, and it'll tell me, "Up, time to move." And it's got all these flashing and everything else. If I can't do anything but go walk back to the back to get some, fill up my water jug, then guess what? Guess what? I start moving. It tells me, "Congratulations, good job." We don't even realize how these small little adjustments really make a major impact. I'm not at the weight that I'm seeking to be in, but guess what? I started to find out that I never thought I loved cabbage as much as I do. Y'all, my daughter would be talking about me. She'd be laughing at me. I be making my little egg roll in a bowl. I'm making, adding my vegetables in there, doing whatever. And I truly believe that me eating cabbage and celery and cooking them, just enough so I can still have a little bit of crunch. I add my little bit of meat and stuff or whatever because I gotta have something to be able to work off of or whatever. You start to find those foods that you really, really love. And when you start to see the benefits, because I'm not walking around bloated, y'all. Come on through here. I don't feel heavy. It's making look. I'm using the restroom like I need to. I feel wonderful because just a couple months ago, I'm in breakdown mode, like literally. I start to eliminate all the extras, all those extra medications and stuff that just were not doing anything. Like the doctor that I began to see, she said, "Your body is so confused because everything is trying to tell it to do something different. We've taken away all of it. You already stopped it. We fixed to do just the bare minimum, and that's making sure that your thyroid levels are what they need to be or whatever." And I started doing that, started drinking more water. It's not to say that I may not have a soda sometimes or whatever else, but I'm still making sure I'm getting my water intake in. That water right there, look, y'all, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. But what I want you to understand and what I want you to do is finally, finally, finally pay attention to you. Yes, we have goals that we want to obtain, but we want to make sure that we're not putting our bodies in stress mode, in breakdown mode, trying to get there. It's okay if you are in a group setting and you are in with other women who are working out and trying to meet their goals. Your goal is not going to look like their goal, and you're not going to meet your goal or reach your goal the same way that they're going to be reaching theirs because you can't do everything exactly the way that they're doing. You have to know what works for you. So I say that whether it's mind, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, emotionally, I want to touch on this because guess what? For the longest time, it was as if I felt so horrible. Like, okay, I can't go, I can't get any other type of help because I'm supposed to not need this extra help. I'm supposed to make sure that I got it all together and make sure there's no reason for me to have to go and talk to anybody. But my life was in complete transition. I'm going through a separation from my husband, mentally. I'm broke down, like I can't focus because all this other stuff is going on, with my thyroid. Emotionally, I'm a wreck because it seems like everything is falling apart to include myself. You gotta be somewhere talking to somebody, and there is nothing. What somebody said this best. I can love Jesus and still go sit down and speak with the counselor. I can still serve him and be a minister and still go get the help that I know that I need because I'm still a human being. And if I'm going to be effective in ministry or anything else that I'm doing, guess what? The first ministry begins at home. It begins with me. So if I'm not doing the work, one thing that I've come to learn is the best way that I can share and educate anyone else or encourage you is from a place of experience. What I tell you is not something I've just picked up the book to read about. I'm just here to tell you. Yes, I am a woman of God. Yes, I love Jesus. Yes, I am called. Yes, I serve in ministry. Yes, I work for the Clarksville Police Department. Yes, I'm out here. I'm a mother. Yes, I am a woman. Guess what? I am a human being that needs to be able to talk through some things to make sure that I am processing things correctly. Because for a minute there, a while when I was going through all that stuff health wise, I thought I was losing my mind, y'all. Literally. And I had to have one of my a dear woman in Christ, pastor and friend, and she's like a spiritual mother to me. Um, I had to one day she told me, she said, you are going through, you have dealt with trauma. You are okay. You are allowed to feel this. And I want you to understand that, yes, ma'am, Clarksville, Tennessee. Yes, yes, yes. Are you in Clarksville, Keon? I'm gonna laugh so hard if you are. But one thing that she had to tell me, because we can get so caught up on the fact that we have a title and we get so caught up with trying to meet the expectations of men, humanity, that we forget that we are Paducah, yeah. I think you were on that live. Did I meet you on Coach Bird's live not too long ago? I love coming up here to Miss Patty's. I think if you were on that live, we were having that conversation, but I don't know. But we'll talk about it because I did want. If that's you, I do want to connect. I need to come up that way. But I was literally in a place where because and not to mention the first lady. Come on, somebody, you know how it is when there's so many. I was everything outside of what the expectations were for someone that was married to a pastor. I was never that. Come on, somebody. Look, y'all. I was literally look. She had to tell me, Tanya, you have really gone through some traumatic situations. Like separation is a really big deal. Like it's okay. Like I didn't know that it was okay for me to be angry because I'm thinking, oh Lord, please forgive me. I'm really ticked off and I didn't, and I'm feeling this way. She like, you are human. Why do you think that emotions have were created or that he like you are going through a transition, a major transition in your life. You have to allow yourself to experience. And one other person that told me this, look, I thank God for her completely, and she's gonna be on here on the 31st, Dr. Tamika. She said you gotta be willing to sit in it. Y'all, when she told me that, it was almost as if something came and knocked me upside my head, like literally. Sit in it. If you cried, sit in it. Feel whatever the emotion is. Make sure that you're acknowledging it for what it is, and make sure that you understand that this is a normal part of the process. Y'all, I'm sitting there like, OMG, to hear others telling me, you know what? Guess what you've experienced, I would have never known this. When you don't take the time to communicate and open yourself up to the help that God blesses you with. This one then went through experienced a divorce. That one then went through a divorce. And everything that I'm feeling and everything that I'm enduring and everything that I'm having to face and work through, like, look, I was right there where you're at. I understand exactly how you feel. I didn't think that I was really called anymore because I was going through this and I was having these everything that I was actually experiencing. OMG, Kiana, girl, you are blessing me tonight. You are blessing me tonight. Y'all, there's so much coming on this platform. I can't even tell you yet because God has not released me as of yet. But the next 2 weeks are going to be so impactful. You need to be here next week for the Boss Lady Movement on Tuesday night and that topic of conversation with Coach Phyllis. But you also need to be here January 31st, because I'm telling y'all, Dr. Tamika Duncan is coming up through here. She is a full-fledged book anointed physical therapist who also is a prayer intercessor, who also has a prophetic anointing, who also has endured a lot of these things. And we fix to talk about that thing, y'all. Come on, somebody. You never know how many women around you have experienced these very things until you can trust God enough to open up your heart and receive the help that He's put into place for you. And so I say that, and I say that to say this. When we are finding our fit, Yana, I love you, sister. I don't know you, but I love you. And I thank God for sending you here. That's all I can say. When you are in a place where you are focused on finding your fit, and let me be clear, I am not an advocate for divorce. So when these things start to come into play and you truly have a heart to please God and you want to make sure that you're in alignment, you want to make sure that you're making the best decisions, you want to make sure that you're not out of order look, it can begin to tear you up like my heart. I told y'all this a couple of weeks ago. I was walking around and I literally could feel my heart. I could feel my broken heart daily. Y'all, what you see right here? Oh, but for the grace of God, I'm telling you, ain't because I've done everything all right. I have not lost all the weight in the world that I want to, but to God be the glory for the little bit that I have. Broken. Do you hear me? Broken. Broken. Come on, I'm telling you. I was walking around and I would feel, and then it was just so many things. But I needed you on the live. I needed you on the live. But we're going to talk about that because next month will probably be like the perfect time. We're going to talk about that. You did. Girl, Kiana, you are literally telling my testimony right now. This is what I love about the movement. You never know how blessed or how much I'm just the vessel. I'm just here doing what the Lord has given me to do as relates to this assignment, to make sure that other women have the same opportunities and are able to glean from the blessings that He's blessed me with. I'm just here to create the platform and the safe atmosphere for us to have these conversations without judgment. But guess what? When you are in alignment and when you're doing what He's told you to do, you are literally fulfilled every step of the way. This is not just, I'm fulfilled. I get joy out of this. Look, I'm taking these nuggets and the resources and the blessings and everything, and I'm putting them, implementing them into my life as well too. Come on, somebody. So with that being said, this what we are here for. So I had to figure out what was it that Tanya needed. I couldn't go off of what this person said or what that person said. Oh, you don't need to go talk to them. You'll be all right. You get through this. You ain't the only one. Come on, some look. If I heard that one more time, they was gonna get it again. Get it that day. Do you hear me? Well, you're not the only one. I got it. You're not the only one dealing with it. But we have to validate one another where they're at. It's okay. If you got something going on, that's fine. I want to make sure that I'm letting you know that your emotions and your feelings are valid. But guess what? Whatever you are going through, or whoever is going through it at whatever given point in time, be mindful of the words that you say and speak, because you kind of belittle and disregard how that person is feeling in that moment when you say, "You're not the only one. I've been going, okay, but I might need to just have a moment for me right now." Yes, Kiana, I had to rediscover Tanya. Exactly. And guess what? I fell in love with her, because you lose trying to make sure that you are what everybody else expects you to be, and doing what everybody else expects you to do. And guess what? When you're doing that, you're not being free. You're not able to be the true, authentic, genuine you. And they're never really going to be able to love you, because they have yet to get to know you for who you are, because you've always been wearing a mask just to make sure that you accommodated their feelings, emotions, insecurities, or whatever else was going on. Uh-huh. Right? Break free 2023, right? So, with that being said, it's so important for us to find our fit for ourselves. If you don't know your fit, or what your fit looks like to you, mine ain't about losing all this weight just so that I can appear a certain way or whatever else or whatever. No, I want to get a healthy lifestyle. I want to transform. I want to be transformed from the inside out, so that I can make sure that I'm doing what's best. And this is a key, I'm doing what's best for me long term, and I'm able to enjoy the life. He said he gave me life, and he gave it more abundantly. He didn't give me this life to live and feel like I'm oppressed because I'm never able to meet the bar that I've set. Oftentimes we feel oppressed because we set expectations on ourselves, and we hinder our own selves because we feel like, oh, I'm not good. I'm not keeping up. I ain't worth nothing. I can't do it because I'm not keeping up. I'm not able to do this. I'm not. We hinder our own selves from evolving into whatever more He has for us to evolve into, because we have yet to come to get to know who we are. We've yet to come to understand what we need as a people, as women, as an individual. Yes, you are blessed to have those you can connect with this stuff. But what are you doing for you? And how do you know what you need? Have you taken the time to really sit down and journal? Have you taken the time to look at what works for you? Have you taken the time to make sure that you understand, oh, this makes me feel good if I eat this or whatever? They say it's okay, but then guess what? When I don't eat this, and you have to understand, some people take medication, some people don't take medication. Some people can be okay, and when it comes to how intense the workout is, but then other people need a workout where they don't feel, hey, it's hardcore and stuff. I say when I want to feel gangster and stuff, when I get on there because good things, she's slanging them things. I'm sitting up trying to slang them. I got something going on with my shoulder. Y'all, I was trying to do the most just so I could feel like I was being productive. But at the same time, I'm sitting here, I'm doing more harm than good. But I tell you what, I felt like I had messed up. I was so broke down, I couldn't even enjoy the progress that I was making. So I had to sit back, whoa, pull it back, reel it in, and begin to evaluate, okay, this work over here, but I can't do it as hard as everybody else. I have to make sure I know what my limit is. Ooh, Coach Phyllis said I can still eat and I can enjoy the food that I'm eating. How am I cooking it? What am I putting in it? Am I taking in too much salt? Am I eating too much sugar? Am I eating enough throughout the day? Because I don't have to starve myself in order for me to be on a good track, but I can make sure that I'm paying attention to what I'm consuming, how much I'm consuming. Am I drinking more soda than I am? You can treat yourself, but make sure you're still drinking 2 times, if not more, water than you are, whatever that is that you've had. They have taught me so much. And so with that, I've come to and love, learn and love. Oh my goodness. I just seen this little heart pop up in this other person on here, Miss Shantae. I tried to pull her in at the last minute. But this is good because this time has been absolutely amazing with you ladies. Miss Shantae, I've known her since back in my college days, and we just, you know how God connects you with people, and regardless of how much time you has been kind of separated, and this has gone on with us for a amount of time over the years, reconnect, and it feels like you've never even stopped talking. She was doing this challenge, this 10-day challenge, no sweets, no like all these different things or whatever or whatnot. And Shantae, wait till I get off of here because I'm going to send you my picture of Ratchatata so that you can see the progress that I made. You ain't got to put it on blast. You ain't got to do nothing. Just do your work behind the scenes and make sure that you know and you are holding yourself. We have those accountability moments. And guess what? Not only did she do the challenge, but she implemented going through, where's my book? Going through the Bible this year. And this right here, guess what? I've been looking for some people to just be able to enjoy going through the Bible. And she showed me this book. This book has been blessing me so much. Y'all, of course I love to read, but I don't know. I'm just a student at heart. I don't never get tired when it comes to the word. She introduced me to this book right here. If you do not have it, I encourage you to get it. This is like the best devotional. I am loving it so much. But she gave us recipes and stuff on things to cook to help us through the challenge. Like I want to do a challenge all the time now. And coming from me, that's interesting because I don't never want to do no help no sweets challenge. We not eating sweets or I can't eat my bread. Like I'm tore up, but I'm being more mindful when I do these things or whatever. And I have felt so good, Shantae. I love you. I know you said that you were. And let me tell you what was so funny. I didn't even know you had a daughter. This is what's so funny. I tried to pull her in here at the last minute, but she was like, I gotta take my daughter to something stumbling or something like that or whatever. But this book right here, I'm telling y'all, if you implement the word, if you keep God at the center of everything that you're doing, even when you feel like you don't have the strength at all, you begin to feast on his word. I have been praying, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then we gotta get ready to go because I try to keep it within our hour. But let me tell y'all this. I have been praying that God would take the taste out of my mouth for certain things, that He would take the hunger pains away because Kiana, like you were saying about eating the feelings and emotions, baby, if you go back into the Boss Lady movie, I may have posted a picture where you'll see when I first started and I was actually at a speaking engagement last August, and I was at my heaviest, and I could not. Y'all, I'm gonna be talking about me trying to look at make sure my hair is together. But anyways, I was at a speaking engagement or whatever, and I was at my heaviest, and somebody took a picture, not in a malicious way or anything like that. They were excited about me being there with them, and just in the in the room. It was an awesome retreat, and just the time that we were able to share. They didn't take it for that, but when I saw the picture, I was disgusted. I was tore up. It killed me on the inside because I'm like, how did I let this happen? And so, and I get chills when I think about it. That's a whole nother conversation. But it was the thing that I needed that jumpstart my journey to healing, wholeness, and healthy living. And so, as God has been divinely connecting me with the people who have been able to help me on this journey, not only have they become connections, but I've found sisters along the way, literally making plans to connect with these women. We have been able to support one another in business. There's been other connections being made. They're able to like these able to support you. Like this is such a blessing to me. But the root of everything, the foundation, of course, always stems from that personal relate for me, my personal relationship. And this is what every single one of them brings to the table. He is right at the forefront of every single one of our lives. And not only that, but we are making a choice daily to keep him where he's supposed to be. Because I've learned for myself, I cannot do this by myself now. But he has not only been strengthening me, he has blessed me with you guys. And I want you to know, as he blessed me even when I'm not even deserving of the blessing. When I'm just flat out like hard headed and stuff, it's like, Lord, and you still grace me, and you still show me mercy, and you still remind me that you love me, and you still keep blessing me, and you still don't give up on me, and you still allow me to be able to serve you, and you still keep bringing more women so that I can share the goodness and the blessing you are to me, and how you brought me this far. And even knowing that there's still so, look, I'm not even finished. Like, I'm talking to you and I can see where he's taking me, and I'm still going to be able to testify of his goodness and how he's really, really brought me on this journey. This is a journey for you, for me, guys. This is my life that's literally being rolled out in front of you. And guess what I'm doing? I refuse to keep him and keep his blessings and to keep these resources and the programs and stuff to myself when I know that he has used these people to change my life forever. And so, with that being said, I hope that tonight has been a blessing to you guys. I cannot tell you how thankful I am to God. So, it is an honor for me to not just share Him with you guys. Of course, like, if you don't even have this book, I'm always saying, if you don't have something, I can't help it. I don't intentionally, but y'all, this book right here, we have already started this with Shantae, and I'm going to have her on here at some point whenever it works for her. But if you don't have this book by Dr. Kimberly D. Moore, I want to encourage you to get it. It's not too late. We're still in the first month, but I love the way it's realistic and it's set up to meet. It's meet me right at the front of my knees. That's all I can tell you. And with that, whew, I want to pray about something that's been on my heart, been kind of lingering on my heart that I may start doing. I encourage you to get this stuff. And I want to just say, Shantae, I thank you so much, because even though you're supposed to be reading according to like the different little sections and stuff or whatever, day 4 you read these chapters, honey, I done I may not be able to pick up my Bible right at that moment and read it like I want to, but girl, I done found my audio, the audio that I like of the Bible. Is a dramatized version that I found on YouTube. Honey, I'm listening to that thing. I'm all up in the store. I'm like, oh, they make this sound really good. This is a whole movie right here. And I'm all off in books of well after where we at. So I be trying to go back so that I can listen to what section we on. And the rep girl, thank you, sister. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight as we talked about finding your fit. I know my fit is nothing without God being the foundation and the center of it all. Jesus has to be, look, he is an intricate piece of my life. He has to be. So I'm here to tell you, if he is not part of yours, I'm going to encourage you. I can't, look, everybody make their own. I'm only responsible for my walk. But I am so grateful for each of you. I love you guys. I hope that this has helped you in some way, shape, or fashion that you're able to take. You never know who he will lead you to be able to connect with. Kiana, I thank you for jumping in for your first night. You have blessed us tonight. This has been absolutely awesome, sis. This is not the last time. We're going to connect and talk about some things or whatever in the month of February. So look out for me if you don't mind. Mama, thank you. Look, my number one supporter, I don't care what it is. Mama's going to be on there, y'all. She's going to be there. She's going to be on there. And guess what? she's doing her own journey. I can't tell her testimony for her, but intricate piece of the puzzle. My daughter, I think I'm so excited about her being on. She's been logging on and stuff. And don't forget, I'm gonna post a picture here in a minute. Every month, I'm going to be pulling a name for someone to win a special prize. I go back and I look at whoever's on the lives, but you got to be interacting during the lives in order for me to write your name down and inviting others. And so at the end of the month, I'll draw a name and you'll get, I don't have Sassy with me today. So she's upstairs in my glass, but you'll see her in a minute because I took a picture with my sister, my god sister, yesterday to show off both of ours. But oh wow, Kiana, I just went back and seen some more of your other messages, girl. We're gonna have some fun in here. Invite others. There is someone else that needs this as well too. So whoever invited you, Kiana, I thank them for inviting you. This is not the last time that we will have the conversation. But Destiny, Mama, everybody, I've already called your name. If I did not, charge it to my head, not my heart. I thank each and every one of you for joining in on tonight as we talked about on tonight, finding your fit. This is the Boss Lady. We are breaking free in 2023. I am super excited about bringing other sisters into success, and I encourage you. I pray that this is empowering you in some way, shape, or fashion to do the very same. If you have questions about anybody, anything that I've ever mentioned, how you can get connected with some of these other women, how you can find those groups and those partnerships that are going to be key and very intricate for you to be able to progress positively, prosperously in areas in whatever way, shape, or fashion. Therapy, physical therapy. If you need a coach, a fitness coach, we look. God has blessed me to be very resourceful. If it's out there, I'm telling you now, I can look. Don't give it to me. That's just who I am. So, with that being said, I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. I pray that you have enjoyed this time that we have shared. And I look forward to connecting with you guys again on next week. It is 8:12. We have to be out of here. And if you have questions, don't forget, put them in the chat. If you have comments that you want to share, I thank you in advance. And let's not forget, bring other sisters into success. Like, tag, invite someone else that you know will be blessed with this time that we share. Next Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m., Coach Phyllis from Powerful Standards. She is down in Florida. She is ready to come on here and she's going to be talking about fitness and faith. Fitness and faith. Y'all get ready because she's coming in and I'm really just going to let her have it. I'm just going to tell you because this is a wealth of wisdom that she's fixed to bring to this table. I'm excited. I love you guys. Have a good night. Time for me to get with my bean. Have a good night, y'all. Bye-bye.